Let's play cards. Gwent wouldn't be bad.
What's up, grey boys and girls? Deka here with yet another Gwent tutorial video. Today I'll be taking you through the arena game mode and also showcasing what is inside the play tile. Without wanting to extort you for this information, let's get straight into it. Now, for you to access the arena game mode, you'll need to click on its respective tile right here. Doing so will take you to this ominous screen where Gunter or Dim will ask you to pay in either real world money or in the familiar or resource, which I talked about in my Understanding the Rewards and Resources video, whose link should be appearing in the top right corner of the screen right about now. The same link is in the description below. You can also pay in mirror shards, but the other two currencies are the most common. Getting back to business, you'll find yourself in this screen after making payment, where you'll be confronted with two rule sets you can choose to play the game mode under. Now, for you to understand these rule sets, I need you to realize that the arena game mode does not utilize your pre-built decks that you set up in the deck builder. Instead, you'll need to build a new deck by selecting one out of 3 randomly selected leader abilities and picking one out of 4 cards, which are also randomly selected by good old Gunter. You will have to pick 26 such cards before you can start propagating mental anguish. There will be no need for you to worry about provision costs, as they will not apply here. With that out of the way, let's get back to the rule sets. As those of you who are too fast for me to keep up with might have already deduced from the explanation, the classic version, which is basically the permanent version of Arena, allows you to pick any card from any faction when building your deck. The other rule set, which is the special one, is one that CD Projekt Red keeps changing every season just to keep the Arena game mode fresh. Let's go ahead and click on the classic version so you can see the process of setting up the deck. Notice, as earlier mentioned, I get to pick one of 3 leader abilities and will then proceed to pick cards until I have 26 of them. A fun fact to be aware of is that you can have multiple copies of a gold card. Once you are done setting up your deck, this screen will appear with these 9 scrolls. Now, if you want to play a match, you'll need to select an unlocked scroll. It will be a stunning revelation for you to realize that you can play a maximum of 9 matches per contract. This is because winning a match will allow you to advance to the next scroll without the option of replaying the current or previous ones. The more you advance through the scrolls, the better your rewards will be once the contract is over. Losing a match, however, breaks one of these seals right here. This will, without a doubt, mean that you can only lose 3 matches before Gunter deems you unworthy of the current contract. Before we move on, let me bring to your attention this left side of the screen where you'll be able to view the deck you constructed. Up here will be 2 counters indicating how many gold and bronze cards you have. Over to the right is where you'll have a reminder of the rule set you chose to abide by. And this counter right here will indicate the number of matches you've successfully lost so far. Finally, let me state that you can exit the arena at any time without breaking the current contract. However, if it is your wish to break the agreement, then clicking this button will do just that. You'll still get the current scroll's rewards even if you break the contract, so no need to worry. Let us now move on to the play tile, which is what you'll be interacting with most. Clicking on it will take you to this screen, which will grant you access to 3 additional tiles. We have the seasonal tile, which, much like Arena, has special rules for you to play under, even though unlike Arena, you'll be using your game decks here. Let me inform you that the seasonal tiles rules change every season. Hovering over the tile will allow you to view the special rule set. Next, we have the classic tile, with the unranked match button below it. This simply means that if you check this button, you'll proceed to play a casual game, while if it is to remain unchecked, you'll be playing a ranked match every time you get down. Moving on, we have the training tile, which the third-eyed amongst you will have concluded that it takes you into a training match, where you'll do battle against the AI. As it is at the time of recording this video, you cannot select which leader you'll face in training, as they'll be randomly selected by the game. The developers are, however, working to change this. Moving on, you'll notice these 4 squares. Now, in my last video, I talked about the journey and the various spectacular ornaments found within it. These 4 buttons will allow you to equip most of those ornaments so that the game gets a more personalized look and feel. Now, I will not be going into these vanities, as those amongst you who have not started playing the game will not understand what most of them are. I will, however, showcase and describe the various elements that are affected by these ornaments in my next video, so be sure to check back. For now, all I need you to know is that this allows you to change your coin flip. This one allows you to change your board. The third one will affect your leader skin. And lastly, this one is tied to your card back. Let me now talk about this big button at the center right here. It will allow you to select a different deck if you no longer wish to use the one currently equipped. If you, however, wish to import a new deck from Gwent's website, then this button will be the go-to option for you. You will notice that the very last button on this list is not a deck, but a guide, which will take you to Gwent's official website, where you can consume these guides. Now, clicking on the Build a New Deck button next to it will take you to the Deck Builder, where you can construct a new army from scratch, as elaborated in my Understanding the Deck Builder video. Right-clicking on any of the pre-existing decks will also take you to the Deck Builder, where you can tweak and fine-tune said decks. Let me point out that this screen's background is actually the current deck's board. This is why changing your current deck also changes the background. Lastly, I wish to make it clear that if you wish to play a match in any of these modes, all you need to do is click on the respective tile. Allow me to conclude the video at that, folks. I would like to offer you my sincere gratitude for lending me your time. Stay tuned for the next video, where I'll dive into the meat of the matter, which is gameplay. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments about the game or my videos, feel free to post them in the comments below. Otherwise, I have been your host, Deka, and until next time, always remember to stay safe and healthy.